Hi friends, Sunil here. Welcome to this channel. In this video we are going to discuss one of the most popular data types in Python called strings. Strings are created by enclosing various characters within quotes. And these characters can be a combination of alphabets, numerals and symbols. And strings are immutable. We'll see that here. Here I am having a variable var with string PLLO Python. I am trying to change the element at index 0, that is P. I am trying to change that to H. So we'll see that. So it's giving me an error saying that it is immutable. We cannot change the element. So if I want to change the element, I will have to create a new variable. Here I am creating a new variable varn. And in the beginning I am giving H. And to that I am adding all the elements from index 1. That is from E onwards I am adding all the elements to this string H and then printing. So now it is printing hello Python. Now in Python we can have strings within single quotes, double quotes and triple quotes. Python does not distinguish between single quotes and double quote. And this triple quotes we use when there are multiple lines, mainly for documentation purpose. So we'll execute this. So it is printing with single quotes, double quotes and triple quotes. Now here we are concatenating two strings. I am having name Tom. That name I am concatenating with hello, another string hello, and printing it. Then after that here this is repetition. I am repeating the string 3 times. So here it has concatenated the string, both the strings, and here it is repeating the S, that is the string S 3 times it is repeating. Now this is slicing. I am having a text computer program. So I am slicing means I am retrieving the elements from the text based on the positions, based on the index position. So here I am printing text at index 0, that is it will put the element at index 0, it will print C. Then here I am printing at index 7. Then 2:6 means starting from 2 to 5, it is excluding 6. It will print all the elements. :3 means 0, 1 and 2, that is excluding 3. 0:3 means 0, 1 and 2, element at index 0, 1 and 2. 2: means it will print all the elements from index 2 onwards. And 1:10:2 means it will print the elements from 1 to 9, that is excluding 10, in step of 2. In step of 2 means it will print 1, then the third element, then fifth, then seventh, and then the ninth element. So we will execute this. So at index 0, the element C, it is printing C. Index 7, it is R, it is printing R. Then 2:6 means 2 to 5. That is at 2 it is M and 5 it is T. So M to T it will print. Then :3 means excluding 3, that is 0, 1 and 2, element at 0, 1 and 2, that is COM it is printing. The same here also. Then 2: means starting from 2, index 2 onwards, all the elements it will print, that is 2 is M. M onwards all the element it is printing, that is here. Then 1 to 10 in step 2, that means 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. All at index 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, these elements will be printed. At 1 it is O. 3 it is P, then 5 T, then 7 is R, and 9 is P. So it is printing this. Now here I am having a text computer program. So I am printing the last element of this text using the length function. And the same last element I can use with this inbuilt function also. So we will see that. So here the length of this text is 16. So last is equal to length of text, that is 16 minus 1 is 15. And it is printing the element at index 15. At index 15 it is M. Because index starts from 0. So the 15th element is the last element, that is M. So that is getting printed here. Then that same M can be printed by giving -1 as the index. So that is how we are printing this M. Then here I am printing the second last element by giving -2. That is second last element A is getting printed here. Now here I am reversing a string, that is colon -1 means it will print the string from the end. -1 means from the end it will print, it will go to the beginning. So here it has reversed the string program and printed it. String traversal. Here in this while loop, using the length function, we are printing the string program. So while I less than length of the text is 7. So I will start from 0 till 6. It will traverse the string, retrieve the characters one by one, and print it in the same line. So the string is printed here using the length function in this while loop. The same string is printed here in this for loop without using the length function. So this is using the while loop, we have printed the text, and this is using the for loop. Now this capitalize is a built-in function. So I am having a variable ch as Python. So ch capitalize means it will make the first letter in the string capital. But when I put that in a for loop, the entire string will become capital. So here the first letter has become capital. Here the whole string is capital now. This is in the for loop. Now the split method. In the split method, we are splitting the string into two substrings. That is S1 and S2 are the two substrings. Then we are printing those substrings. And the delimiter is full stop. So whenever it encounters a full stop, it will split the string. So in this case, the primary memory is also known as the main memory. There is a full stop here. So this will be my S1 and the remaining string will be my S2. So this is S1 and this is S2. So we have broken the string into two substrings. But here in this split method, the result will be a list and it will split it into items. And when we don't specify a delimiter, it will take the space as a delimiter. Here in this text, the delimiter is specified. So hash will be the delimiter here. In both these cases, we will get a list. So here we have got the list and the elements. So the delimiter was space here, and here the delimiter was hash. Here also we have got a list, and it has delimited, using this delimiter it has broken it into different elements within a list. Now comparison. Here I am having name 1 and name 2 as Rishabh and Saurabh. So name 1 is equal to name 2. Print name 1 is equal to name 2. It will return a boolean. So name 1 is equal to name 2 is false because both are different names. And name 1 not equal to name 2 is true because both are different names. So that condition is true, the second one, not equal to name 2. So first will be false, second will be true. So the first condition is false, the second is true. So this is how we use the conditions for checking the strings. Now here I am having a string hello Python. We are using various functions of strings. So S lower means will convert to lowercase, then uppercase. Find P means find the position of P, that is the index of P. Find the position of P, that is it will be 6, yeah, should be 6. Then replace O by P. O by P means here the O of hello will be replaced by P. Then count L. The number of L's it will count, the small L's, there are 2 here in this case. Then the length of the string will be printed. So here it is converted to lowercase hello Python, then uppercase. Then it has printed the index, that is 6. Find P. P is at location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and say location 6. Then here it has replaced O with P. So this O of hello has been replaced by P. Then there are 2 L's in this. So it has displayed 2 here, and length of the string is 12. Now some other functions. So I am having a string hello. It is checking whether it is alphabet, is alpha. Then I am having another string that is 1, 2, 3. It is checking whether it is each digit, each numeric, each decimal. So in this case, all this will be true. So here S is hello, so E is alphabet. Yes, it is alphabet, so it is true. Then 1, 2, 3 are digits, so it is digit, it is numeric and it is decimal. So all these are true. Now here I am having a string with space. So it is checking whether that string is space. Yes, it is space. So this will be true. So last one is true, is space. I am using this is upper and is lower function to check whether this given string hello is uppercase or lowercase. So it is giving me false for both the cases. Now if I change this to small h, capital H to small h, then uppercase will be false but lowercase will be true. So is lower is true now. So for is lower to be true, all the characters in this string should be small letters. Similarly, for is upper to be true, all the characters should be capital letters. Now next is the max function. Here in this string, u is the maximum character. So max s will print u. So here it is printing u. Now if I change this I to y, then y will be the maximum character. So it is printing y now here. So next is the escape character, backslash. So backslash is used as escape character it converts the difficult to type character into a string. We use this backslash with n for new line, then backslash t for tab and so on. Now here I am trying to print this string, and inside the string I am having a double quotes here. So if I try to print this, I will get an error. So I have got a syntax error. So if I want to print this double quotes within a string, I will have to put a backslash in front of, I will have to put an escape character in front of this double quotes. So now it has printed the double quotes within the string. So when I put a backslash in front of the double quotes, the Python interpreter understands that this quotation mark is part of the string and should be displayed in the output. Now string formatting operator. Using this operator, we can print the string. So here I am using % to print machine and %c to print the character m. Then here %d to print the signed decimal and %u to print the unsigned decimal. So using the %s I have printed machine, then %c I have printed m, then signed decimal I have printed -75 and 75 with the unsigned decimal, that is %u. So similarly we have %x for hexadecimal, O for octal and E for exponential notation. I hope you understood this video. These were some of the basic string operations and built-in functions. If you have understood and liked this video, share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much.